Rich here, how's it hanging? Welcome back to Rich Aesthetic. This is an Aesthetic Apps episode where we're going to be editing a video on the DJI Osmo Mobile 5, but the catch is we're editing it in iMovie version 3 using that new Storyboards feature. So let's jump into this. Before we start, this is a tutorial on how to use Storyboards. First, I'll show you what I've got going in this project so far, but if you want to skip ahead to the tutorial, just check out the chapter markers. Okay, so over on our iPads or iPhones, if you go ahead and open up iMovie, you'll see your projects obviously, and if you've used iMovie, this should be pretty familiar for you. If this is your first time in iMovie, down here on the bottom, you're going to want to start a new project. So you're going to select this middle option here. For me, I've already started, so I want to show you guys what I've done. Again, the point of this video is not the review. It's just how to use storyboards and how I think it can help some people. But let me show you what we've got so far.
Rich here, how's it hanging? Welcome back to Rich Aesthetic. This is Aesthetic Tech episode something, covering my take on the Osmo Mobile 5, a 3-axis gimbal by DJI. Let's jump into this. I use the Osmo Mobile 5 for my YouTube channel, but also when I want to record something substantial and have a nice steady look to it. Here you can see the gimbal standing upright on the mini tripod it comes with, as well as on the handle there, its controls and battery indicator. Now, unfortunately, the phone clip is not the selfie light option. You have to pay extra to get that, but you do get the USB-C cable to charge both the gimbal and the phone clip with a selfie light if you do end up getting.
All right, so I've gone ahead and started the project because I wanted to show you what you could kind of get going. But if you didn't watch that part because you used the chapter marker to skip to this, let's get started. So here on the left-hand side of the iPad, you'll have your sidebar. And when you tap on the thumbnail, where it says like wide shot or close up, you'll have these 4 options here. So you can either edit a clip, which is only relevant if you've already put a video clip in here. You can rename it. So instead of calling it wide shot, maybe you want to have 2 close-ups in a row. I'm just gonna leave it as wide. Then you can take a video or photo, which is kind of cool. Like you could literally be filming. Let's say you forgot to take a shot of some B-roll of the product you're reviewing, and then you could go ahead and do that right then and there, or we're gonna choose from library. Now I've pre-shot everything, so I'm gonna tap on that, and I've also organized them into albums. So here in my DJI Osmo Mobile 5 review folder, I've got different albums with the names of what type of shots. So we're looking for a wide shot, so I'm gonna go here for wide, and that can go with these. Now specifically though, I noticed here in the sidebar, it does say this is about testing the product. So I took a couple videos here for testing. So we're gonna go ahead and select first this one, because I know this one is the one without the gimbal. All right, so that's in here now. And now you'll notice in this view, there's not a lot you can do with the clip. Really, all what you can do is hit play. So that's like, it's just going to play the clip. But if you want to have more control over, for example, the audio, which we're not testing a microphone, so I'm not going to use the audio. So we're going to hit edit clip. And now we're in the more familiar, project view for iMovie. And we have our clip selected here. First, I'm going to tap on volume down here on the bottom, remove the clip's audio. And now it's going to automatically adjust the music volume. So if we go ahead and play this clip again, you'll see that it is automatically at its regular volume so we can hear it. Now, the title has got no text, and I want people to know that this is the unstabilized footage. So we're going to tap on text down here on the bottom. It'll highlight that for us, and I'm just going to say unstabilized. Boom. Now tap on text again. People will get the point that this is the unstabilized footage from just the 2 walks. So before this second turn starts, I'm going to shorten the clip just by dragging that way. Now, I want to have the stabilized footage right away afterwards. The issue is, from this view, the only way to bring in a new clip is if I tap on that next thumbnail there. But I want to keep that close up because maybe I'm going to use that in a moment. So I'm going to hit back, And then with wide shot, the first wide shot there selected, now I'm going to tap on add in the bottom left-hand corner. And I want to add a clip with the title again. I'm going to use the same title, which was this lower third one here on the left. Yep, there we go. And then hit done. And now I'm going to select the second clip. Nicely, it's still in that same album that I just left, which is very helpful. Awesome. Now, we have to do some editing here too. The first shot here was 10 seconds. I want to keep this one around the same length. So edit clip. I know there's going to be some text, so I'm going to go ahead and edit that first here. Stabilized. Sweetness. Oh, cool. Hit done. Now I don't want it to turn right away at the start too much, so just a little turn. So that kind of matches. Cool little natural transition there. All right, and that's plenty. So I'm just going to use edit on the bottom there. And then the cool thing is in iMovie version 3 here, you have these three options. The one in the middle will split the clip and keep both sides. The one on the left will split the clip and delete the clip to the left. The option on the right will do the opposite, splitting the clip and then deleting the one on the right, which is exactly what I want. Boom. So convenient. This is one of those features that would be sometimes kind of nice to have in Final Cut. All right, so tap edit again. So this time we're gonna add the clip just from this view. So you see the add button down on the bottom. We're gonna choose from library, dialogue, and I don't remember which one it is that I needed. So actually, let's see, I think it was this one. Split it there. Something you'll see a lot of YouTubers do is they'll add these call to actions, right? These text pop-ups that are cool, and they have like the YouTube logo and says subscribe, or smash the like button with like a like button and a mouse clicking on it. You can't really do that in iMovie, but with some of the titles, if you split the clip in the right places, you can have a title show up for a short amount of time. I'm asking people to do that, but without actually going to at least the Mac version of iMovie, you're not able to overlay a clip with like a button or like a transparent background, like a GIF, asking people to subscribe. So we're just gonna keep everything to iPad iMovie for the sake of this video. So somewhere here I asked people to subscribe.
Subscribe button, it would mean a lot.
Right, so we're gonna split the clip here. Split it here. It doesn't really matter. Since you're not able to easily tell the length of a clip without, scrubbing through, seeing, okay, that's about 4 or 5 seconds. You just have to, be more flexible when it comes to editing with iMovie. And I'm gonna tap the titles button and then just kind of choose one you like this version. All right, and then I'm gonna hit text. Hit done. Go back. All right, you'll see it was kind of short and sweet, hopefully just enough to catch someone's attention when they get to this part of the video. Again, the point of the video is just showing how the storyboard can be used. Whenever you make splits to the clip, you'll see that now there's a bunch of these clips here that say close up. You can, again, change the name if you want. I wouldn't be too worried about that, but it is kind of nice because in this view, you can see how much time is spent on each clip. So like this 25-second one might actually be a downside for the video, that is, because that's 25 seconds of people just listening to dialogue without anything happening on the screen. So it might be hindering retention. If we scroll up here, this 13-second shot also potentially is a problem. The 14-second one shot is as well. So when you go through this view, you can kind of see where it is that you might want to shorten or lengthen clips. One of the things I mentioned in my What's New in iMovie version 3 video is how I like these sections. They're just really cool that you can, collapse what is in we'll first give a label, but then also collapse the sections just to keep things clean. The way I would use that is, for myself, I like a clean timeline. So when I'm sure I'm, happy, for example, with the opener, I'm going to collapse it just so it doesn't take up scrolling space, just so I can, kind of stay focused. I might even collapse the parts of the storyboard that I'm not on yet. I don't know. I just like being focused when I'm working on, my projects. So back here in this comparison one, I didn't make a comparison, and not every review has a comparison. So you can actually swipe to the left on these clips, on these sections, and delete them. Now you can swipe to the left on the thumbnails and delete them individually, but you can't delete the whole section from this view. But if we do it individually, you also have to wait each time while it's reconfiguring the music track. All right, if we delete all the clips from the section, you'll see that the section does disappear. But if we want to delete the whole section, then you might as well just do it that way. Now, about reordering, if you hit select, now you can reorder clips. Now, I know that, for example, this medium shot I don't need, so I'm going to delete it from this view. I know that these last 6 shots are actually part of the outro, so I'm going to go ahead and slide them all the way down. Now, this is not ideal, as you can't select multiple and move them all down. You'll see you're only moving one at a time, even though you selected 2 clips. So it's better just to have had already shot all the clips that belong to the outro, added the clips that belong to the outro directly, or whatever section it is that they belong in. Some of the shots of the B-roll, you'll notice that those were voiceovers. So I'm just going to add something random here that's not part of the actual final edit if I were to make this an actual production video. So I'm going to add a close-up. So come back. My close-up shots. I really like the macro lens on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. That was a lot of fun to use. So first, editing the clip because I don't need the volume from it. Cool. And when you're in this view, you can see that information icon. It's the one with the eye next to that full screen icon there. So you can tap that to show and hide what it is that iMovie is suggesting for you to put in this shot. Also, you'll notice that on the right side of the thumbnail up there, of the information bar, it'll say it's 1 to 5 seconds is the suggested time for the clip. Although it says that for every single thumbnail. I don't know about you, but like in a 5-second clip, it's really hard to say one thing that's similar and one thing that's different, or one pro and one con in 5 seconds. So, take that all with a grain of salt. It might be that you use all 3 of these clips for 3 different B-roll shots, different angles or whatever, but then you're using the same voiceover. In the end, it is of course up to you. I'm sure you'll have all kinds of ideas when you're playing around with it. So let's go back here to this clip. And the way to do the voiceover is when you're in this view, you can see voiceover on the bottom, tap on that. You don't really have to do anything here other than select the clip that you want to do the voiceover for, and then hit start new voiceover. And this will give you your levels, and then just hit record. It'll do the count in. Hey, what's up? Here we're looking at the thumbnail. Sorry, the thumbstick, so that you can see that I made a mistake. But either way, when you're done with the recording, you hit stop and you can now review it or retake it, which if I were to actually publish this, definitely would be retaking it. And for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna hit accept. And then you can get a little bit of level information now. You can even tap and hold on the recording to, line it up where you want. Now the playhead is kind of misleading because the playhead is following your finger. And then you can even adjust. Since I didn't start talking right at the start, I can pull that in just if I want to, keep things clean. And then when I'm done, I just hit the back button up there. And now I'm back in the regular view and we hit play. What's up? Here we're looking at the thumbnail, the thumbstick, so that we can... And there you go, you have your voiceover. If you ever want to get back to the voiceover view to delete it, you're going to want to hit voiceover again. And now you can see your clips. And you can go ahead and delete that. And either start a new one or just hit back. So it's pretty flexible in this way. Okay, so I'm just gonna wrap things up. When you're done with the project, there's a few different ways you can export it. When you go back to the project view, you can go ahead and hit that share button, and then it'll by default always be in video mode. You know that because under the title, if you look at the top, there you see the thumbnail, the title of the video, and then it says video under the title. You want to tap on options, and then you can choose, what the resolution is going to be. We're going to go with 4K, and we're going to keep HDR because I was filming with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which was shooting in Dolby Vision HDR. And then you'll just go back if you are happy with the settings, and then save it to either your files, that'll save it to your Files app, or you can just save the video and that'll go directly to the Photos app. And there you are, exporting. Now, one thing I did notice while trying to edit the video, if you have an iPhone 13 Pro Max, you'll probably be wanting to use cinematic mode for at least your A-roll. And in the storyboard, cinematic mode clips seem to be having an issue. So we hit add down here, choose from the library, and then find a cinematic mode clip. For one, without going to albums and then tapping on cinematic, there's no easy way to know based off of an icon that these are cinematic clips. But either way, we're just going to go ahead, select one of these. All right, now that's imported, and we're going to want to edit the clip. Now it does show us down here on the bottom, this is a cinematic clip, and you do see the blur. Do you notice though? The blur is on everything. It doesn't keep the default blur which was applied while recording. But let's try to fix it. So we tap on cinematic down here in our toolbar. Okay, good. So we can change our aperture, lower for more blur, and yeah, definitely more blurry, but what's the issue? It's still not focusing on our face. We can turn on and off cinematic mode. But if I tap on the clip, nothing happens. Okay, tap and hold. Doesn't look like anything's happening. Tap a couple times all over the place. No. Tap and hold again. And slide. No, nothing. So I believe there's a bug currently. Let me show you what I mean. So if we're in a regular iMovie project, like this one here. This is a cinematic mode clip. I'm going to tap on cinematic mode down here in the toolbar. And for one, you can already see under our clip in the timeline, you have the tracking bar or whatever they call it. And there's a point where I changed what is being tracked from my face to the computer and then back to my face. And we can see the points where that changes, where the rack focus changes. More importantly, the whole time in the clip, you can see that it's tracking my face. And I can just go ahead, tap on the clip to choose what I want to change the focus to. So that's the way I believe it's supposed to work. And in storyboards, it seems that currently you can only turn on and off cinematic mode as well as change the aperture. So hopefully that gets fixed soon. So that's how to use storyboards in iMovie version 3. Let me know down in the comments below what you use iMovie for. If you liked the video, please smack that like button, give it some candy, and then share it with your friends. Thanks again for watching, hit subscribe, and Rich Aesthetic out.